Jackson, and welcome to today's episode of LCJ Live. It's a special Saturday edition. It is Saturday, November 15, 2025. A month and a half to go in the year, and we're doing this special Saturday episode. And guess what? Now you see me, because on Sunday, now you won't, because we're doing it today. Now you see me, now you don't, in the theaters this weekend. Also, The Running Man, Keeper, and the re-release of Wicked. We've got the Friday box office results for all of them, plus more movies, the holdovers from last weekend, earlier than that. Talk about here coming up on LCJ Live. If you're just joining us, thank you. And you can send in your questions and your comments. Coming up, my thoughts on Rental Family, the Brendan Fraser film. I screened it last night. It opens next week. I'll give you my thoughts on Rental Family coming up. Plus, we've got a couple other movies I've seen that open next weekend. Sisu, Road to Revenge, and A Magnificent Life. Some other movies I've watched that are currently on some streaming services. We'll get into all of that here coming up on LCJ Live. I do have some very cool Bat Fam stuff here today. Thank you to the folks at DC Prime Video for sending some Bat Fam stuff. We've got the Joker. We've got the cool pin. We've got this coloring book. I got some more stuff as well. And the sunshine is trying to come in here for LCJ Live today. Thanks for being here on the show. Let's get into the box office. Your Friday numbers. Now you see me, now you don't. The title that could have been the title of the second one. It's the title of the third movie. And it's number one, $8.4 million after Friday. And that's a good number. Lionsgate happy with this. The franchise's first time at number one. Because the first Now You See Me, when it opened in 2013, was number two, 29.4 million, totaled 117.7. Lionsgate said, we gotta make a second one, especially because it made 350 worldwide. So the second one came out in 2016, but opened at number three, only 22.4 million, and only totaled 65.1 million, but still made 330 million worldwide. So Lionsgate thought, maybe we don't need to make another one right away, maybe we don't need to make another one at all, and now here we are. Nearly a decade after the last one. And if it's 8.4 after Friday, we're looking at a 20, 21, 22, maybe 23 or $24 billion weekend. I know a lot of rain in the West Coast, the articles are saying, is helping people go to the movies on the West Coast this weekend. So the fact that also Now You See Me is PG-13, it's been a decade. You've got a new generation of fans who like the first two films. I like the first one, not a huge fan of the second one. Haven't seen this one yet, may catch up on it at some point, but Now You See Me, number one for Lionsgate, over Paramount this weekend with The Running Man, which is number two, 6.5 million after Friday, a weekend in the $17 to $19 million range. So not too far behind Now You See Me, but considerably one and two. It's not going to be a tight race for number one unless Paramount makes some crazy estimate like they did for Regretting You a couple weeks ago. This looks like it's Now You See Me's to win for the weekend, and now The Running Man in second. This is Glenn Powell. This is a new version of the Stephen King story and the film from the 80s with Arnold and Richard Dawson, Family Feud host. You've got Glenn Coleman Domingo in this one. My colleague Mike Sargent saw it. From what I know, he thought it was all right for the first half, didn't love the second half. So that is The Running Man. I may, again, catch up on it at some point. But to me, both Now You See Me and Running Man just seem pretty standard. The trailers give away so much. And so maybe that's also keeping some people away. But Running Man is rated R. Now You See Me is PG-13. That may have something to do with the difference as well in the box office results for this weekend. But there you are. The 1 and 2, Now You See Me and Running Man. In third is Predator Badlands, added $3.5 million yesterday. It's at $56.8 million for 20th Century. That's a bit of a drop from last Friday, but Predator's $40 million is still, for the opening weekend, still impressive, and Disney will still take that as a win. Number 4 is Regretting You, which added $1.2 million. It's at $42.2 for Paramount. And rounding out your top 5 after Friday is the new Osgood Perkins Neon collaboration Keeper, which opened to $1.1 million, significantly less than some of the other collaborations they've done, like Longlegs and The Monkey, and I think there's more in the works, but this one I guess had a lower budget. Haven't seen Keeper, not sure if I will. If you're just joining us here on LCJ Live on a Saturday edition, thanks for being here. I'm in my sort of magician attire to talk about Now You See Me and Running Man and some more of the movies coming out for this weekend. And I'll preview and review some of the movies for next weekend coming up as well. Black Phone 2 from Universal added 740,000. It's at 72.8. Won't get to the 90 million of the first one, but still making some money. Sarah's Oil, I would say that probably made another 700,000 yesterday. We don't have the money yet from Amazon MGM, but it's up to 7 million-ish total. And Nuremberg did add 700,000 for the Sony Pictures Classics drama, one of the best movies of the year. It's up to $6.8 million. What a cast. Russell Crowe, Rami Malek, Michael Shannon, Richard E. Grant, Leo Woodall, and John Slattery and more. Really good film. Highly recommend Nuremberg. Then we have the re-release of Wicked, which only made $330,000 yesterday. Not a lot, but the pre-sales on Wicked for Good are so big, and it's part of a double feature next week with the new one, and Wicked is on NBC on Wednesday nights. So maybe a lot of people just said, I've seen it, or I've got it at home, or it's on TV Wednesday. Maybe I don't need to go to the theater to see this one again right before the new one opens next weekend. Begonia added 490,000 yesterday. It's at 14.6 million for Focus Features. Chainsaw Man with 425,000. It has hit 40 million for Sony. And Die My Love, we don't have the money from Friday yet, but it is up to at least $4 million total, probably closer to 4.5. So, Wicked for Good opens this weekend coming up, and they're looking at least 115, 120 million opening weekend. It could be more. It is a little bit shorter than the first Wicked, which I think for some people is good. It could also get more showtimes in per screen, per theater. And a lot of the box office may come from Thanksgiving weekend, so there will be people who go see it right away, and then some who go over the Thanksgiving holiday and beyond. This probably is a legitimate award season contender. Ariana Grande, which with huge Best Supporting Actress buzz. Cynthia Erivo as well, back in lead actress, the film up for picture. Remember, John M. Chu won the Critics' Choice Award for Best Director last time. Could he be an Oscar nominee for directing this time? We will have to see. Robbie, what is the last movie you caught projected on film? Wow, what a question. I don't know the answer to that question. I'd have to think about that a little more, but I did hear all the stuff about the Odyssey this week. Christopher Nolan shot it on film. Long, long miles of film, and the Odyssey opens next July, and some more photos came out from the other day. By the way, did you hear the big award season news yesterday? The Screen Actors Guild Awards is now called the Actor Awards. That is the new name for the Screen Actors Guild Awards, is the Actor Awards, effective this award season. It is March 1st on Netflix. I'm a member of SAG-AFTRA, so I will be voting for the Actor Awards. It'll take a little time for me to say that instead of the SAG Awards, because it's been used to that. It's been around for 3 decades. But the new name is the Actor Awards. I believe the show will still honor stunt performers, at least the awards part. I wish they put the stunt categories in the show. I always wish they would. Maybe they'll make that change. Maybe they won't. I don't know. But the Actor Awards is the new name for the SAG Awards. Fanimator 101, Zootopia 2 next Tuesday. That is right. Comes out next about a week and a half from now. So looking forward to Zootopia 2. And Robbie, what do you think of the name change? I was surprised. I think a lot of people are surprised because no one saw this coming. There was no early buzz. There was no survey to SAG members. You know, do you want to see this change? But it is now the Actor Awards. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if people like it. The response has been mixed so far, so we'll see what happens. So Wicked for Good could be a huge player at the Actor Awards with Best Ensemble. Wicked was last time when it was the SAG Awards, so we'll see what happens. You do have a SAG winner in Brendan Fraser, who has a new movie coming out called Rental Family. I watched Rental Family, screened it last night. Here's what I have to say about Rental Family. Not a good film. About 10% of it works and 90% does not. It could have been this really effective, interesting psychological drama about an actor who's lived in Japan for 7 years, who is struggling, who is lonely, who is still trying to make something happen with his career after this toothpaste commercial that brought him to Japan. And then he gets involved with this service. But it really could have gone in some interesting, dramatic, effective directions. We get a little of that. We get him on the balcony looking at people and thinking about things. But instead, it goes in sitcom-y in the worst possible ways. Predictable, basic, awkward, directions, trying to juggle multiple storylines when it should not have. Either you focus on him and his experience, you focus on him and this little girl and the family a little bit, you focus on him working with the organization, or you focus on him and a friend, or you focus on him and this older man. And that's about half the movie. And it could have been this Tuesdays with Maury sort of thing, because Fraser the character is posing as this journalist for him. He's pretending to be the father of this young girl to help her get into a school. But it could have been this Tuesdays with Maury thing that would have been genuinely emotional and effective, and instead it's just schmaltzy, sappy, and predictable. Ooh, and a lot of it's just rough. A lot of Fraser's facial expressions. He gave the best performance in The Whale. Was it the best performance of that year? No, but he won the Oscar for it, and the actor, the SAG award for it. But some of Fraser's facial expressions, and he really doesn't have an awardsy scene, and I don't think you need an awardsy scene to be guaranteed a nomination. You look at Rami Malek in Nuremberg, it's a lot of scenes. You look at Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon, it's a lot of scenes. You look at Joel Edgerton in Train Dreams, it's the whole package, it's a lot of scenes. So you don't need one scene, but Fraser doesn't even really have that. It just does not work. I am surprised that based on the concept of the story, which is flawed when you think about it and when everything is presented to you, and you know, I'm just surprised that he chose this movie, this concept, as his first starring role since The Whale. I am surprised that this was his choice. But that is Rental Family. It opens this coming weekend from Searchlight. Also in the theaters is Sisu Road to Revenge, which I have seen and I enjoyed. If you like the first Sisu, you're going to like this sequel. It is energetic, but also emotional. And I think you really should see the first Sisu before you see the second one, because you will appreciate the performances and the way the story goes even more. Yes, it's crazy wild, and then it's sort of, in the second half, goes back to how it was the first time. Got to meet Stephen Lang after I saw Sisu Road to Revenge a few weeks ago. Enjoyed meeting him, meeting up with him. I'd actually met him a couple years prior, and talking with him about this. He's really proud of the movie. He's good in the movie. Sisu Road to Revenge. I recommend it, especially if you saw the first one. Go see it in theaters next weekend. In limited release, A Magnificent Life. It is Oscar nominated 4 times. Director Sylvain Chomet's new animated film, hand-drawn, about Marcel Pagnol, this French filmmaker, poet, playwright, artist. And it's fast, it's rapid, it goes really fast, it jams a lot in. I enjoyed it. If you're a fan of Sylvain Chomet, The Illusionist, The Triplets of Belleville, you will like A Magnificent Life, with a qualifying release this coming Friday. Fanimator 101, they're also the first reactions for Zootopia 2, calling it fantastic. I hope it's good. I hope it's fun. I do. That and K-Pop Demon Hunters in contention for animated feature. Also Arco, directed by Hugo Bienvenu and produced by Natalie Portman. I spoke with both of them for AnimationScoop.com, had a great conversation with them, enjoyed getting to talk to both Hugo, who had this vision of this very nice story and the visuals, and Natalie Portman, getting her thoughts on animation, voice acting. Really interesting stuff from her. Really enjoyed that conversation with Hugo and Oscar winner Natalie Portman. Go to AnimationScoop.com for that interview. It's a good read, and I hope you enjoyed. Some video is going up from that conversation as well soon on the Animation Scoop social channels, as well as the YouTube channel. And then, Robbie with a question. Do you ever get starstruck? A few times in my life, but it was really cool talking to Natalie Portman. She was very nice, and I'd never met her. I had seen her at the Critics' Choice Awards the year of Jackie, but didn't say hi to her. A lot of other people around. It was a tight room and security and things, but I did see her go up on stage and win Best Actress for Jackie at that Critics' Choice Awards. But it was great to talk to her about Arco, and again, her thoughts on animation, voice acting, what she loves about this movie, this project that she's been so passionate about working with Hugo. So yeah, it was cool getting to talk to Natalie Portman. Also, like I said, Train Dreams. It's coming to Netflix officially. It's coming Friday. Joel Edgerton, very good in it. Deserves Best Actor nomination consideration. It's on Netflix. On Friday the 21st, And on Netflix right now is Being Eddie, the new Eddie Murphy documentary, which I watched the other night. I liked it. I didn't love it. It's not deep. Some of it's interesting about his early movies and getting into SNL and the early rise and some of his thoughts on that. A lot with SNL, a lot with the SNL return in 2019, a little too much on that, and not a lot on the personal life. He really doesn't open up as much as you'd like him to about everything. It's okay. It's fun. There's some good stories. It's not amazing, but Being Eddie is on Netflix. And I want to mention for Arco, it is playing right now in New York City and Los Angeles for a qualifying run and will be released officially by Neon to places soon. Natalie Portman, by the way, has some good things to say about Neon, so check out that conversation at animationscoop.com. I do have a new LCJ Q&A Monday, but I cannot share what that is. And on Tuesday, I can share that I have a conversation with Laura Clooney, one of the executive producers of a Paw Patrol Christmas, the new Paw Patrol holiday special, premiering Friday, November 28th at 8 p.m. on CBS. So Tuesday, get that LCJ Q&A at lcj.podbean.com. and the written version at animationscoop.com. There will be one Monday as well. There will probably be something Wednesday, and there are other ones in the works that I can't talk about yet, but a busy time for the holiday season and the award season with lots of animated films, shorts, series, and specials. I talked to Mike Roth about BatFam. For that, lcj.podbean.com and animationscoop.com as well. So I think that covers everything. So expect when the headlines are released tomorrow for the weekend box office, you will see Now You See Me, Now You Don't at number 1, The Running Man at number 2, Predator Badlands 3, Regretting You 4, and Keeper and Black Phone 2, either combination of those in 5th and 6th positions. So next weekend, of course, Rental Family comes out. It'll make a little bit. Sisu, Road to Revenge, also make a little bit. But your number one movie will absolutely be Wicked for Good. It will at least do $100 million. I think closer to 120 or 130, unless everybody waits for Thanksgiving weekend. But we will see. And then next time when we're here next weekend on LCJ Live, we'll talk about that Wicked for Good box office. We will also preview Zootopia 2, which should do really well for Disney. Other Thanksgiving movies coming out like Eternity, The Thing with Feathers, and more. And boy, then we're almost into December, the official award season. Some nominations will start coming out, and lots of things happening. I got about 10 movies. 10 movies I want to see before the end of the year. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but I saw a lot in October to film festivals and things. There are 10 movies I want to see, and there are a few others that'll sneak in for sure, and a few I'll catch up on. But as far as the big movies left I want to see for the year, we're looking at Jay Kelly, Wicked for Good, Zootopia 2, SpongeBob, Avatar, even though I'm not looking forward to it, Song Sung Blue, The Testament of Ann Lee, Marty Supreme. Is that it? There's one or two others. I'm forgetting something. I know I am. But been screening some movies, some more film festival ones, and then others will sneak in, working on some other things. But there's about 10 big ones and others left for 2025. We will see what happens. BatFam is really fun. Doug Merry Little Batman. Yeah, terrific movie, and the show is fun. And I talked with Mike Roth, so check out that conversation. And thank you for joining me here for today's episode of LCJ Live. We'll be back next weekend. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn on your notifications. I'll let you know when we're back live. For the next episode of LCJ Live, as always, go to lights-camera-jackson.com, toofast2films.com, animationscoop.com, lcj.podbean.com, X at LCJ Reviews, Instagram at LightsCamJackson, all the socials, Facebook as well. And for your holiday reading, I will plug it. I will continue to plug this because it's the holiday season. I gotta. My Very Rocky Christmas. If you've got family members, friends who love holiday stories, good stories for the whole family, My Very Rocky Christmas is available on Amazon. The holiday season, if you need a gift, this is a great one. My Very Rocky Christmas. Thanks so much for being here for today's episode of LCJ Live. Now you see me. Now you don't.